What's up, everyone? This is your Florida boy original, Jonathan Cepero, and you are watching Driven, the show that is all things alternative Christian music in Florida. We've got a lot in store for you on the program today. We've got some great music videos coming at you. Plus, we'll be interviewing a great band that toured in Florida over the summer, and we'll be talking about reaping the benefits of using our possessions in a godly way. We've got all that and more coming at you right here. You're watching Driven.
Give me the key to this box! Open the box!
I've been buried inside this ground, asleep for way too long.
You had enough?
And I'm feeling like it's time to break free and reclaim the life I was chosen to lead. Eyes open, I can see. Life's like we live, we rise, we thrive. I'm gonna give my fear to you this time. Never looking back, I'm fixed on you. When thousands stack up against me, I'll never back down till I die. My faith we will rise. I will rise like stars in the sky. I will rise. I will rise again. I will rise like stars in the sky. I will rise. I will rise again. Rise
Dang, what the heck is up with this dude? The light turned green, he's just sitting there.
Off the shore.
Come on, man.
Suddenly you're changing.
Yo, man. Yo, what's up? Hey, I'm trying to go, man. The light turned green, he's sitting there. Come on, man. What's up with that? What's up? What's your problem? Look, man, the light turned green. We're trying to go here. I tell you what, me and you, we're gonna race. We're gonna go right down there. We're gonna race. Down there? Down there. Down there? Me and you. Let's do it. Come on.
Legacy. That Lego music now, boy. I'm still doing that green light, y'all. Green light, y'all, don't sit still, come on. Green light, y'all, move for real. Green light, y'all, don't just chill, come on. Green light, y'all, what's the deal? Green light, y'all, don't sit still, come on. Green light, y'all, move for real. Green light, y'all, don't just chill, come on. Green light, y'all, what's the deal? Let off the clutch and I mash the gas. Get over to the slowing cause I'm about to pass. Keep it moving, I roll with sun pass. Driven with a purpose so my engine gotta outlast. All too often my foot hit the brake. Pulled out the race for some devil fruit cake. Crummies on my tail and I just wanna shake. Crisis of juice like a jet so I take. Deleted this pack, I ain't holding back. Got the truth and I ain't gonna slack. Therefore I'ma breeze through your section. Separated and I got my protection. My message comes from election. He was crucified but then he resurrected. Low fuel gauges detected. Engine trouble, better stop for inspection. Green light, y'all, don't sit still, come on. Green light, y'all, move for real. Green light, y'all, don't just chill, come on. Green light, y'all, what's the deal? Green light, y'all, don't sit still, come on. Green light, y'all, move for real. Green light, y'all, don't just chill, come on. Green light, y'all, what's the deal? Stop. Nah, y'all ain't hearing me. You ran through the light like you're part of the tyranny. Red, yellow, green, make it clear to see. Signs of the times like Messi on the prophecy. Don't miss this, ain't about the biscuits. Close your vistas and break your wristus. Now grab that steering discus. Your life, that's all the risk is. Y'all question what might happen. Not much till you stop that slacking. Hopes and dreams, thoughts of the future. Ain't nothing till you move with the groove, y'all. Beats bumping, God is up to something. Give it the flow, it's time to jump in. This traffic, oh so tragic. Hop on the bus so you melt like plastic. Green light, y'all, don't sit still, come on. Green light, y'all, move for real. Green light, y'all, don't just chill, come on. Green light, y'all, what's the deal? Green light, y'all, don't sit still, come on. Green light, y'all, move for real. Green light, y'all, don't just chill, come on. Green light, y'all, what's the deal? Yo, y'all moving too slow. The light turned green, but you just ain't know. Your face is all in your cell phone, radio, mirror. Wonder why the horn's blowing. Can't stand when I'm following slow folks. Much respect, but I gotta pass old folks. Smile at you, but I'm really thinking of jokes. Uh-oh, I gotta get some Pepto Bismol, your drive-in is dismal. Cut me off, man, with your turn signal. Getting angry like I'm Lou Ferrigno. Hold it back, no raging for real, though. Try 55 and I just can't lie. 70 zone, it makes me wanna fly. Stuck here, asking God why. You pray for patience, was his reply. Green light, y'all, don't sit still, come on. Green light, y'all, move for real. Green light, y'all, don't just chill, come on. Green light, y'all, what's the deal? Green light, y'all, don't sit still, come on. Green light, y'all, move for real. Green light, y'all, don't just chill, come on. Green light, y'all, what's the deal?
Hey guys, welcome back to the studio. We hope that you enjoy those music videos that we played for you. The first one you saw was "We'll Rise" by The Protest, and the second one was "Green Light" by Legacy. And speaking of Legacy, for those of you that may be fans of his music, you may or may not know this, but Legacy actually left Florida a while ago and moved back to his hometown of Buffalo, New York. We at Driven enjoyed his music. We think that his music made a great impact on our local Florida scene. And we just pray that Legacy's music will continue to make a great impact in Buffalo, New York. So Legacy, we're praying for you, man. We love you. We love your music. So take care, man. Anyhow, back to The Protest. We're in the fall right now. Summer was just recently our last season And for those of you that may or may not know this, bands take a great opportunity of touring through the United States over the summer. And Florida's no exception. A lot of bands came through the summer. We went and saw them, but one of the bands that we enjoyed the most was The Protest. And the reason we enjoyed The Protest was not just because of their great sound, but also they're big believers in what Driven's about. This is obviously our first episode, so we had nothing filmed to show them. We just basically talked to them about our vision, and they gave us praise for it. And because of that, we're giving them thanks by mentioning them a lot in the show. We played their music video. It was the first one we played. We're talking about them right now. And later on, we've got some news about them in our news segment later on in the show. And then we'll be interviewing The Protest later, so you don't want to miss that as well. But right now, it's time for our Driven album review, where we'll be reviewing Send Out Scud's High Score EP. So currently, the High Score EP is Send Out Scud's final release. Now, the members of Send Out Scuds are mixing with some of the members of the band Fight to Remember to make a new ska band called The Shindig. But Send Out Scuds is a group that has been active in our local scene for quite a number of years, and because of that, it's definitely an honor of mine to review their High Score EP on today's program. Also, their sound has progressed over the years, where they were typically just a ska band, now they classify themselves as a pop-punk ska group, and you can see how they use that spectrum in the High Score EP to not only satisfy their current listeners, but also to attract new listeners as well. Their EP contains fun-filled lyrics mixed with Christian references, so you know what? Not only does the EP have music that is enjoyable, but has music that speaks into our lives. So just pop it in, have fun with it, go crazy, but a word of advice to the rude boys like me, rocking the checkered bands today for Send Out Scuds, and a word of advice to the rude girls out there, save some energy for track 5 entitled Ska Lives. That song will definitely add some mileage and some good use to your band. Also, if you are a longtime listener of Send Out Scuds, you might be familiar with the last track of this EP entitled Scranton. Now, Scranton is a song that was originally released by the band back in the Cornerstone, Florida days, as far back as that, as a poppy, upbeat ska song making references to the TV show The Office, which is one of the band's favorite TV shows. But now they've re-released the song as an acoustic version, giving it a different spin. But in my opinion, I think that the new version of Scranton has a interesting, cool feel that should be well welcomed by all listeners. Also, if you want to get your hands on this High Score EP, you'd be glad to know that the band has given it to everybody as a free download on indievisionmusic.com. Just go to indievisionmusic.com and get yourself a free version of the High Score EP there, as well as other stuff from the band. Well, in my opinion, I think this compilation is something that's enjoyable in the car, at the beach, skateboarding, at some gathering, or any other of your favorite functions. So get out there and get your hands on this EP. Broadcasting for Driven is endorsed by the following businesses. Cornerstone Tool and Fastener, serving the Big Bend area since 1995 with a diverse array of tools and fasteners to commercial, industrial, institutional, and residential construction markets. You can also find them online at www.ctf.new. And by Vital Impressions Painting, which specializes in exterior painting, interior custom work, pressure cleaning, wallpaper removal, texture application, as well as deck and concrete stains. Their phone number is 850-412-9228. Broadcasting for Driven is also endorsed by the following youth group ministries: Diverge Live in Tallahassee, Florida, Frequency in Tampa, Florida, Get Live in Tampa, Florida, Oasis Youth Experience in Miami, Florida, and End Time Warriors in Naples, Florida. For any questions concerning these endorsers or becoming an endorser for Driven, please email us at mailedriven@yahoo.com.
They came for me in the
get up sick to the smell of bacon. That this is not all I'm headed for. 'Cause I've been around to watch my friends in front of me, and I've been around to see them out the barnyard door, and I've been around to watch them all get swallowed by this world, and I really want to be something more. What's up? My friend Ant, he knows what I'm saying, because he's always in a rush to scurry home from a long day of building his queen of castle, just so someone else could come and knock it down. 'Cause I've been around to watch my friends in front of me, and I've been around to see them out the barnyard door, and I've been around to watch them all get swallowed by this world, and I really want to be something more. Something more. Something more. I've been thinking about my future. Is this all I know? You never said it would be easy, but I wouldn't go it alone. Alone, 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 alone. 'Cause I've been around to watch my friends in front of me, and I've been around to see them out the barnyard, to watch them all get swallowed by this world, and I really want to be something more. Yeah, I really want to be something more.
Hey guys, welcome back. The first video you saw there was Joe from Fight to Remember, and the one after that was Something More from Brian Jones. Well guys, today our topic is possessions and how we can use our possessions in a godly way. In Luke 12 of the Bible, Jesus says that God knows us so well that He's the provider for our very needs, and that life is more than just acquiring a wealth of possessions for our own satisfaction. Well, unfortunately, we live in a world where sometimes the value of a person is measured by their possessions or how many possessions they have. If we go out there and acquire many possessions, or if we just try to acquire the right kind of possessions and make that a priority, then we are losing our identity in our possessions. And if we lose our identity in our possessions, then we become obsessive over our possessions, and we then end up literally losing our identity. So if you look at things that way, personally, I think that if I lived that way, I would just be fooling myself, thinking that possessions would give me value, that possessions would give me an identity. So we have to try and not be overly materialistic with our possessions. We live in a world where things can get broken, stolen, wither away. That's why we have things like insurance, guarantees, warranties, plus, our stuff is simply that. It's called our stuff. So our stuff, a collection of our stuff would only mean the most to us. I mean, some DVDs or stereo, that has value to somebody else. But when we combine our stuff together in like a room, or like in an apartment or in some other home, then that is part of who we are. So you guys might be familiar with the term, tomorrow's not promised to anyone, and that means that we might be here today and gone tomorrow. And if that's the case, we can't take our stuff to the afterlife when we die, if we were to die tomorrow, for example, so our stuff would stay here on earth. So that means that our stuff would either get divided up different ways amongst different people. Some of it could be left to a thrift store. Some of it might even end up in the trash. So when you think about your possessions in that light, kind of makes you wonder, if our possessions are really that important. You know, is it really important to pursue having all these possessions when stuff like that can happen? I really can't directly answer questions like, well, Jonathan, you know, I've been praying for a newer cell phone, or I've been praying for a nicer car, or I've been praying for a better home, and God is just not giving it to me. Well, guys, I really don't have a one-size-fits-all 100% answer for questions like that. You know, God is the one that knows our motives, our true motives, when we pray for something. So, you know, we might be praying for something like a cell phone or a car or a home or something else that is not really a need, but it's definitely a want that just be cool to have, and we're not getting it. Well, you know, like I said, God knows our motives, so He knows that when we ask for stuff like that, God knows that stuff like that has possible long-range consequences that can affect our lives. And God is not necessarily punishing us. He may just be disciplining us to keep us on the right path that He wants best for our lives. Or He might actually bless us what we're asking for in the future. So don't think just because you're not getting your cell phone or your home or whatever else right now does not mean you're never going to get it, and it does not mean that God is punishing you, because God just doesn't do that to us. I mean, obviously there's consequences to our actions, but it's not like God is not punishing us because we're wanting something like a cell phone or a home. Just, you know, don't have that mindset. God actually wants us to be generous with the stuff that He has already blessed us with. So we can, you know, turn around, help someone with our possessions, and then whoever we help can give God the praise. You know, we can make a difference in someone's life, or we can just make a difference in their day by being a blessing to someone with something that we own, like a tool or a car or a camera or some other possession that we may have. You know, if we help them with that, we'll make a difference in their lives, and, you know, we're giving God the praise. Also, when we communicate with people and sharing our possessions with them, we are also given opportunities to share the gospel with people. So God definitely enjoys when we do stuff like that, especially with the stuff that He's already blessed us with. In the end, God will definitely reward us for what we have done with what He has given us. So that's definitely how we can use our possessions in a godly way.
Let me tell you about a place for believers. The men and women who dream impossible things. Like the brothers who said, "We believe man can fly." Or the women who believed we should all be equal and heard. And the folks who insisted we'd walk on the moon. Ideas too bold to fathom can't become real without at least one true believer.
I believe in zero. Zero starving children. Zero children without school. Zero children dying when they do not have to.
Let's make zero a reality. Visit UNICEFUSA.org to take action.
Alright guys, so here at Driven, we are believers in being the change we want to see. So on today's program, we have a local segment that highlights the things that young people do to make a difference in their corner of Florida. And today's story comes from North Florida. Our story takes place in the Big Bend area of the Florida Panhandle. It begins with a church located in our state capital of Tallahassee. Here, at Killarney Methodist Church, where a group of youth and adults packed up a few vehicles with lumber, tools, and other materials headed west to the town of Gretna. Here at this house live Arthur May and Henry Williams. Henry's right leg had gone numb recently, and he was confined to getting around on a wheelchair. He was also recently put on a regimen of dialysis treatments at the hospital. On days like the ones that Henry goes in for dialysis, it is a burden for him to make trips up and down his front steps. That's when the Williamses reached out for help to someone they had kept in contact with for several years. John Stott, who attends Killarney Methodist Church, actually has a ministry that builds wheelchair ramps for those that need a ramp but can't afford to pay for it themselves. John has been doing this for 15 years. When the Williamses were in need of a ramp to help Henry travel in and out of the house easier with his wheelchair, they called on John to see if it was possible to have one built for their home.
We were called about 2 weeks ago by the family requesting this, so we agreed that we would do it, and then we went out to try to raise the money. And first call was to the missions director at Killarney United Methodist, and he he liked the idea when I told him about it. Said he would give us up to $500 for materials. And then I approached my men's Bible study, a group of 10 men that meet every Thursday morning, and collected about $800 from that group. And then the youth director, Lane Gilbert, said he'd pitch in $250 as well. So we actually, within the matter of like 5 days, raised over $1,300.
The group primarily consisted of 8 youth and 4 adults. I also went along for the ride, not just to document this occasion, but also to contribute to the effort. John Stott never laid out any blueprints on paper to show us what he pictured the ramp to look like. Actually, aside from making some measurements, John directed us based on the picture in his head. So it wasn't until midway through production that even I was astonished by the way this so-called ramp was turning out. This thing was becoming more than just a ramp for the Williamses. When I saw the Williamses' grandchildren and other people come out and help as well, I knew this was turning into a big deal.
And so we worked right on through supper time, and about 8 o'clock we finally finished it. And so at that point, a lot of neighbors had gathered, and his family had gathered there, and sons and daughters and grandkids and everybody. So at 8 o'clock, one of his sons pushed him in his wheelchair up the ramp, all the way up to the top deck or porch that we had built. And everybody was clapping and cheering, and Mr. Williams was smiling from ear to ear, and it was like a big celebration. And everybody was excited, and a lot of people were wiping away tears because it was a very moving thing.
The group drove out to Gretna on 2 occasions to finish working on the Williamses' home, but it was well worth it. The Williamses' project looked more like something that should be featured on Home and Garden. In the end, the Williamses' new addition was plush with a wraparound ramp, staircase, a party deck, and handrails all around. The Williamses were so thankful for the group coming out, taking time out of their weekends to help out someone that most of the group didn't even know. And the group also felt great knowing that they helped to fill a need in the Williams household. I think Mrs. Williams said something earlier that described it best.
Yes, Lord, they're doing a beautiful job. Oh yeah, this is beautiful, nice people.
Yeah.
Reverend John, Mother Scott, each and every one, they're doing a beautiful job.
Great story, isn't it? But the story doesn't end there. Afterwards, John Stott gave the Williamses some outdoor furniture to furnish their new area. And if you think we're done, no, the Stotts are even now looking to get the Williamses an awning for their new wheelchair/deck area. And it doesn't end there. While we were working on this project, someone else came to visit John on site to see if one of John's famous wheelchair ramps would be possible at their home as well.
Every day, dreams are lost and lives are broken. Every day, people like you and I are affected by life's unforeseen emergencies, and sometimes a little girl's hope and a mother's resolve lie in the arms of an angel. Are you that angel?
It is your contributions that help victims of disasters, both locally and around the world.
Your blood gives life to many who need it, and even when you have no money and cannot donate blood,
you donate time, learning and teaching techniques to prevent, prepare for, and cope with emergencies.
you are a symbol of hope and goodwill all around the world.
Who are you? You are me.
You are an angel.
You are the American Red Cross.
Donate, get involved, be an angel.
Wouldn't it be something if the angels came?
Alright, so it's time for our interview segment, and today we'll be talking to a group that is specially driven. We've been pushing them a lot in this episode, as we mentioned earlier. They are a 5-piece group from Newcastle, Indiana that toured through Florida over the summer. They performed alongside major artists like The Letter Black, Firefly, Disciple, Sent by Ravens, Brian Welsh, Nine Lashes, and the list goes on. They have songs that have appeared on major music charts, and currently they've got 2 songs coming in at number 1 and number 3 on ChristianHardRock.net. They believe in ministering to the masses through their music, and they believe that Christians should be protesting for God's truth. Guys, it's The Protest. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate your time. I know you guys are in Knoxville, right?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, I knew you guys were in the studio in Tennessee. I just didn't know where in Tennessee exactly. And then I'm pretty sure Travis operates out of Knoxville, right?
Yep, your Lakeside Studios, Knoxville.
All right. Yeah, so let me see. A little bit about Travis Wyrick. I found out that he's actually, had an extensive career working with a lot of Christian groups. Let me see. I've seen his stuff with Pillar and Spoken, The Letter Black since October, Super Chick, POD. And then one cool thing I've seen is I'm a big fan of like the X rock CDs, like X 2009, 2003 or whatever. So I saw that he's worked on a whole bunch of those compilation CDs. So yeah, Travis has done a whole lot of stuff. I know he's like a Dove Award winner, so that's excellent.
He's actually got to direction is his main studio. You walk in the hallway or the stairwell and you see 4 of the Dove Awards. He's got 4 of them.
Okay, that's cool. You guys are working on a new single now. You were telling me about the promotion with Penske, right?
Yes. What it is Penske's hired us to record a song for one of their sponsored drivers that they are wanting to push this song for. So anytime see a commercial with him, the plan is to have this song for that driver.
Okay, that's cool. So how'd you all get that going with Penske? I mean, was it all through Travis, or is it like Penske someone assigned you to Travis?
We signed Harlotone marketing out of Nashville, and what they did is they got us the deal with Penske and asked us what producer we'd like to work with, and we're kind of a solely Travis Wyrick type of group of people. We love what he does with us, and we love the way he works, and has a great crew over here. A buddy of ours, Mike D, is his engineer, and he gets along with our guitar player and seems to get the best out of him, so we kind of stay home here.
Okay, that's cool. So let me see. I was going to ask you, what's the single called?
It's actually called Drifting.
Oh, nice. Yeah, definitely. All right, it's cool. So anyhow, I was going to ask you guys, I mentioned earlier that you guys currently have 2 songs actually on ChristianHardRock.net, and the last time I checked, it was like you had one at number 1, and then you had another single on number 3. I think Throw the Rose was number 1. I can't recall the name of the one on number 3, but yeah, you got simultaneously 2 singles on ChristianHardRock.net, which is pretty cool. I mean, that's just one chart amongst all these other charts that you've got singles on, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's going really well. Jerry said, what was it, number 3? Yeah, We Will Rise. We Will Rise is number 3 on that chart. I know we're also number 1 on ChristianRock.net, as well as Fuel Radio and several others. Very blessed to have that.
Nice, definitely. And then speaking of We Will Rise, Chase, you were talking to me earlier about all the different venues that We Will Rise is playing out of. You said it got picked up by MTV, and then MTV is like iconic, so you definitely told me it was MTV. And then aside from that, you told me that it's on like another 300 online distributors, and then you were giving me a rough figure of like 230 cable and broadcast companies, so that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, that came along really well. We got that with the company.
I mean, obviously, I'm sure there are other like real well-known distributors that are also holding We Will Rise now, but I mean, like I said, there's nothing like MTV, so that's definitely a great outlet for people to hear about your music.
God bless us with that opportunity.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's pretty awesome. Let me see. I went on your website, theprotestrocks.com, just a few days ago, and then I saw the website was down, and I actually went on your Facebook page to really, keep up with you guys and see what's new with the protests and all that since the website was down. But and that's where I actually found out what's going on with the website with the new marketing company and all that. But I've been mentioning the protestrocks.com on this show many times already. And I would hate it if someone actually went on there, didn't know what was going on, and it's like, okay, I don't know what to do, don't know where to go. So then I found out on Facebook something about like a new marketing company, right? Some kind of marketing scheme. A new company's got your website, so it's going to be down for a while. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah. You want to say anything about it? Yeah, I mean, basically, they just we've been doing our own website for quite a while now, and it's we've been really blessed with some people to help us out on that as well. But as soon as we signed this marketing company, they decided to help us with their website and do a whole new format and a whole new spread with an online store and everything. So they're being really good to us so far. So
that's cool. So for now, obviously, I guess listeners would just go on your Facebook page and just keep in touch with you guys there, right?
Absolutely.
I see that. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. We mess with each other on a minutely basis. We mess with each other on a minutely basis.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Chase, you were telling me, I think it was last night, you were telling me that you guys have been a band now for 3 years, and you guys have never had a fight. You know, you were telling me amongst other bands that a band that's been together that long, we'll have disputes, we'll get into quarrels and all that, but not you guys, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's you know, I mean, we've all had our rough spots, I guess, individually, but as far as, you know, we're together all the time, and we've never gotten into a big fight or argument. And most I'd be like, hey, give me a bite of your waffle. If I say no, then someone's gonna get mad and I give them a bite of a waffle. I mean, it's really easy stuff like that. We don't ever have.
Yeah, definitely. Like you have your tips, but it's not like, you know, like earth shattering.
Oh yeah.
Like no one's getting kicked out or anything.
Or TJ gets mad when I beat him at wrestling with a woman character, or something like that.
It was China. She's not a woman.
We're kind of big into pro wrestling right now. We go through phases.
Yeah, I can't comment in on China. I'll just be neutral right there. But let me see. And then, you know, speaking of you guys and, you know, hanging out and getting along and all that, I know recently was Josh's birthday, right?
Yeah.
See Jared back there. What'd you all do for Josh's birthday? Did you guys anything special? Just hung out? You know, were you guys on the road at the time?
Yeah, actually, he's your brother.
Yeah, the day of his birthday or the day before or something, me, Josh, and my dad had like a little man cookout, just like a family thing, watched a movie. But as a band, we didn't. What movie?
What movie was it?
I don't remember what movie it was.
Probably.
That's cool. No, I mean, I didn't know you guys were on the road at the time. Obviously, if you guys were on the road at the time that it was Josh's birthday, then you guys would all be together. So I don't know if you all did something as a band or maybe you guys were home. Obviously, you know, it'd be less likely that you guys were, you know, all five together as a band during his birthday. So
out kind of before his birthday.
Pizza and some Nintendo 64.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what we did. I remember.
Pizza.
nice. Yeah, I used to. It's funny. Like I graduated from college like 2 years ago. But as old as the 64 is, I had classmates that were like way younger than me. I was a senior. I had freshmen who would like play Mario Kart 64 religiously in the dorms.
We don't leave home without it. It's here in the studio with us.
Got it.
Nice, yeah. I don't know what the deal is with the 64. I mean, like when I went off to college, you know, they already had the Wii. Then the GameCube's been out already, obviously. But I don't know what it is with the 64. Somehow I've made a comeback, so it's...
especially me and Sarge, we're very old school. We're the old guys of the band. Very old school video games. We both still have original Nintendo.
Super Nintendo.
Got it. We like the classics a lot.
Definitely. Hey, you know, speaking of classics, you know, I double as a Sunday school teacher on Sundays at my church, and I teach fifth graders, and I've got myself one of those like 100 games in one box where, you know, it's got like a little controller, and man, it's got all the classics like from the old school Nintendo. Like, it's got like 1942, Paperboy, Ninja Turtles, Contra, Tetris, Pac-Man, the original Pac-Man out in Miss Pac-Man. So yeah, I'm definitely, you know, an old guy too, and you know, my little kids, they love the classics, especially, you know, they got like the DS and they got all these online emulators now and all these like iPhone games where you just come back and play like Donkey Kong and Tetris and all this other stuff.
Oh yeah, you can't get rid of the old school. The original is still the best.
Definitely. So another landmark I'm sure you guys are happy about, just recently in October, was your album Game Changer, which I've mentioned before on the program. You guys, Game Changer is now October's album of the month on FuelRadio.com. I mean, not the album, but it's like in the top 3 of Fuel Radio's album of the month. I didn't know if you guys were aware of that, but I heard that was pretty recent, so that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, I think we heard about that just recently too. I mean, I think before we talked about it yesterday. I heard about it the day before.
Okay.
We've got a guest in the studio. This is my daughter. Wave to him, say hi. Every time we're in the studio, every time we're here, she's here with us.
Yeah.
And spends studio time with us. But yeah, we just found out about it. It's pretty honoring to have the record doing so well, to be doing it on our own with no backing or help.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you toured through the summer in Florida, was when I first saw you guys, and I went with a whole bunch of friends, and they all loved your music, and we all got your CD over in Bushnell, and we all loved your music. And a while later, we see you guys have a We Will Rise video, and then obviously it was on MTV and all these other distributors. So that's really cool. And then speaking of like doing really well, Chase, I found out that last year you guys were in a Battle of the Bands over at a place called Pierre's, and the event was called Pierre's Musical Warfare.
Oh yeah.
You guys actually won that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I was doing some research on the Pierre's, and I found out that a lot of great bands have been through there, like I want to say Godsmack and Anthrax and some other groups.
Pretty much like Seven Dust, everybody and their brother has been at Pierre's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great venue.
Yeah, I hear it's like one of the best venues in Indiana, right?
I would call it the best venue in Indiana, in my opinion.
All right, that's cool. And then speaking of touring through Florida, I know that was like over the summer, and then after that, you guys toured with Children 18-3, and over the summer it was with Nine Lashes and Sent by Ravens. So what's next? I mean, I hear something about you guys coming back down to Florida sometime in December, right?
Yes, sir. We will be in Panama City and Gainesville.
All right, that's awesome. Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of friends in Panama City and Gainesville that, we all kind of went down to Bushnell and saw y'all in concert there. I'm sure that they would love to hear that you guys are coming back down, come see you again.
Oh. Yeah, bring them out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they were thinking, oh no, what if they perform far away and then we can't drive far away? But it's just coincidental. You guys will be like in town, like in their midst. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'll definitely bring them out for that. Anyhow, guys, I really appreciate you being on the show with us. I appreciate the interview. Thank you for your time. How many more days do you guys have in the studio in Knoxville?
Actually, today is the last day. Wrapping up. We should be done with the song here in the next couple of hours, and then the band heads back home tonight, and I actually head to Bristol to spend the weekend with my daughter here and my mother.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad that things are going well for you guys there. I mean, Chase, you were telling me that all the preparation in the studio for Drifting, it's all wrapping up pretty quick, right? It's all going pretty smooth?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, you were telling me, Chase, that you guys are ahead of schedule, so that's really cool.
I just saw 8 guys in a row and I tackled them because it was like bowling with people and a child.
And a child.
Hey, good to see Travis. That's cool. All right. So anyhow, guys, I really appreciate you being on the show with us. I appreciate the interview. Just gonna say, it's been a pleasure having you guys on the show, and we really appreciate your time. And we're glad that things are going so well for you over there, and it's your last day. And we over here at Driven, we just we pray that you guys have safe travels back home.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So.
Yeah. Hey, and me and my friends all down here in Florida will be looking out for you guys, and we'll definitely welcome you when you come back.
Thanks. Can't wait to see you guys.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, you guys take care, all right? And God bless.
God bless. God bless you. See y'all.
Bye, guys. Alright everyone, and be sure to go see the protests when they come through Florida during their tour. In the meantime, you can keep in touch with the band on their Facebook page, www.facebook.com/theprotest.
What are you talking about, Kristen? That's absolutely ridiculous. You are overreacting. Get out of my face. You're overreacting. This is absolute bullshit. I can't. wake up. Wake up.
Well, guys, now it's time for our local news segment where we try to keep you in the loop of what's going on with your favorite local Christian artists. The first group we'll be talking about is The Protest. Yes, The Protest again. Well, The Protest recently came out with an album called Game Changer. You can find their album Game Changer on Amazon, iTunes, and CD Baby. You can also find out more about the band on their website, www.theprotestrocks.com. Also, local hip-hop artist Deshaun came out with an album recently as well. His album is called Soul Music, Music for the Soul. You can find that for sale on Amazon and eMusic. And speaking of albums, local rock band Sonic to Sleep is anticipating the release of a new album as well. No word on a release date, but we will let you know about it when we hear about it. If you sit tight, you just might find some of their music here on today's program. Well, now it's time to announce some concert dates. Speaking of Deshaun in our local segment, Deshaun's got 2 shows coming up. He's got one on October 27th in Dade City, and he's got another show afterwards on November 25th in St. Petersburg. Plus, if you're into ska like I am, then you'd be glad to know that the Shindig has got a show coming up in Kissimmee on October 29th. You can find out more about these concert dates and the bands themselves on their Facebook pages. And right now, we're going to go back into some more music videos.
Deshaun, representing Christ. Let's go. Now is the time in my life. I need you right here by my side. Can't find my way. Please show me the way and lead the path from this day. Let's go. I wanna be what you want me to be. So show me the way that I need to be. You are the one that gives me sunshine. You are the one. You are the one. Your love is one that I can never find. I can never find. I can never find. There's no way I can live without you. There is no way. There is no way. There is no way. My life I give, I owe it all to you. Let's go. Living without you, I felt so alone. I felt so alone. I felt so alone. Finally, I knew I couldn't make it on my own. I couldn't make it. No, I couldn't make it. You give me strength. You give me peace. You give me happiness. So I look to you to fill my emptiness. So I confess that you Let's go. Are the one.
Hey guys, welcome back. The first video you saw there was One and Only by Deshaun, and the second one was Come Undone by Sonnet to Sleep. And that's all we have for our first episode of Driven. It's definitely been my pleasure to be hosting, and we at Driven hope that we may have opened up your eyes to something new, that you may have not only possibly learned something, but that you may have had as much fun watching today's episode as we have had enjoying bringing this to you. From everyone that has helped make this production possible, I'm Jonathan Sapero saying, take care and God bless.